do not move to add digitization to the dollar as a feature of those timeless historical properties of currency, I worry a lot that a digital yuan could ultimately replace the reserve currency, just as we replaced the pound in the last century. So, Ms. Shelton, could you talk to us a little bit about what you on the Federal Reserve Board and what the Federal Reserve as a whole could do to help protect the dollar's reserve currency, and especially address the need to have digitization as a potential property of the dollar?
Thank you, Senator Cotton. I think that's an extremely important discussion, and I agree with your assessment. I think we're compelled to think about that. The dollar is the most important instrument of soft power that we have around the world. And yes, it is the dominant reserve currency, but we can't rest on our laurels in that regard, because as you suggested, rival nations are working very diligently to have an alternative to the dollar. And while they can't beat us as a currency, they can add features, because there is a demand for digital access to banking services, to payments. And I think it's very important that we get ahead of the curve to ensure that the dollar continues to offer the best currency in the world, the most respected, the most utilized, and we need fintech innovation to keep us going in the right direction and to be a leader instead of passively observing what other countries might do.
Wow. I'd like to welcome everybody to Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Bullish Network. Guys, this is one hell of a video right here. This is Trump nominee Judy Shelton says U.S. should be proactive on a digital dollar. This is amazing, guys, that the Trump administration has been at the forefront of this cryptocurrency talk. Steve Mnuchin come out and says level playing field. We know that Ripple is registered with FinCEN on a federal level. Now, at her Senate confirmation hearing Thursday, Shelton said the U.S. needs fintech innovation to keep ahead of other countries. This is amazing, guys, that Trump nominee would reflect that we should be proactive on a digital dollar. Now, that made me really curious about her background, because as Trump is nominating these people to these positions, they must reflect some of his beliefs. So I wanted to do a little bit of research on Ms. Shelton, and this is what I found from 2018, Rabbit Hole Time, a case for a new international monetary system. Now, this article right here is an amazing article, guys. I will link all these in the description. Clearly, what she's referring to here is tying a currency to gold. She wants to go back on the gold standard, which is a really interesting scenario here. An inspiring vision of future prosperity. To fully appreciate how far we have strayed from the high-minded objectives motivated by the 1944 multilateral currency accord forged by Bretton Woods, she says that the United States has been attacked at Pearl Harbor scarcely a week before Treasury Secretary Henry asked Deputy Harry Dexter White to prepare a paper outlining the possibilities for a coordinated monetary arrangements among the United States and its allies. So clearly, guys, the primary goal was to provide means, the instrument, and the procedure to stabilize foreign exchange rates and strengthen the international monetary system of allied countries. So clearly they were working on some type of globalization right here. Now, she also goes on to say, by now the United States was suggesting that something new would be done in the sphere of international economic relations, something powerful enough and comprehensive enough to give expectation of successfully filling a world need by establishing new rules to ensure a level monetary playing field. And guys, don't forget, this is Trump Fed nominee Judy Shelton says U.S. should be proactive on digital dollar. Now, clearly, guys, losing a dream. Now, she's going to say that there was an opportunity to tie, currency to gold, and she's going to go into that. I'll show you guys right here. Just as the United States rose to the challenge of providing inspiration to desperate nations with promise to establish stable and trustworthy monetary rules, to undergird international commerce in compliance with free trade and principles, the needed initiative falls once again to America as just as then the advantages of a sound money approach to ensure a level playing field that maximizes the rewards from true competition and preventing currency manipulation through government intervention will serve our own best interests. Guys, you know, Trump just came out and said that China was manipulating currencies. It's a pivotal moment. The challenge these days is to inspire struggling nations to continue to believe in the advantage of a democratic capitalism. So, actually, I just want to guys, I really highly recommend reading this one. I'm just going to show you the one good part right here. Where's it at? Playing on our strengths. Timing is important to ensure that the future monetary system is not governed by a global body. Such a development would be instantaneously. I'm just going to show you. Okay, here it is. The golden opportunity. The United States is the world's largest holder of the official gold reserves, comprising of 8 tons and 261 million troy ounces. Those reserves are carried at book value of 11 billion. Notably, the market value is significantly higher at 345 billion. In proposing a new international monetary system linked in some way to gold, America has the opportunity to secure a continued prominence in global monetary affairs while also promoting a genuine free trade based on solid monetary foundation. Gold has historically provided the common denominator for measuring value, widely accepted at all income levels and at society, and is universally acknowledged as a monetary surrogate with intrinsic value. Whoa, that's a mic drop right there, guys, because you know there is echoes that Trump will tie XRP to gold. Now, would they tie an ounce of gold to each XRP, a half an ounce to each XRP? Really interesting, guys. But what I can tell you is Trump nominee is excited about returning to the gold standard. And she's also excited about U.S. should be proactive on a digital dollar. So, guys, this clearly makes me think of this scenario that just came out right here. Fed modernizing our payment system February 14th, which is really interesting, guys, because Bearable Guy was talking about the 14th, and this dropped right here. Fed modernizing our payment system. And this is Loretta J. Masters, President and Executive Officer at the Federal Reserve. Now, actually, guys, I did a little bit of research on this one. This is also one of Trump's nominations. I actually did it on the stream we did. I don't think I pulled the article up this time, but this Loretta J. Masters was also Trump appointee. And now she's also making the case for modernizing the payment system. FedNow service will be a new service for making real-time payments in the U.S. So, wow. And this was released on the 14th. Modernizing our payment system, Federal Reserve Bank of Cleveland. And also, guys, this brings me to this, a financial system that creates economic opportunities for non-bank financial and fintech innovation. Shout out to Jay Lopez on this one. Executive Order 13772, guys, core principles on regulating the United States financial system. Now, what's really interesting in here, guys, is, as most know, here's Steve Mnuchin, he's the Treasury Secretary. But what's amazing is here is Greg S. Phillips. This is the top lieutenant at the U.S. Treasury, resigned from this position, and he joined Ripple Labs. Now he's a board of director at Ripple. So very interesting scenario there. I also want to give a shout out to Matthew, L-I-N-Y at Matthew. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. And guys, exactly right here, Bearable Guy highlighted Pat Thielen right here, which is also part of the Fed now. Now, they came out on the 14th, and basically modernizing our payment system came out referencing this right here. Here goes Fed now, and here is Bearable Guy with Pat Thielen, and I'm going to show you how that plays in. The Federal Reserve joins U.S. Faster Payments Council as founding sponsor. Here goes the Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve joins U.S. Faster Payment Council. Ripple's Pat Thielen is part of the leadership at the U.S. Faster Payments Council, listed under technology providers. Now, clearly, guys, I asked the question on the live stream. If he is, there's another part that shows that one. Right here, this is the best one. Right here, guys, technology provider. If they're part of the U.S. Faster Payments Council and he is from Ripple and he is there to provide technology, he's bringing on-demand liquidity with him. But what's ironic is Bearable Guy highlighted this Pat Thielen, and now it was released today on the 14th that this is being revisited. Interesting scenario there, that's for sure. So guys, clearly what I'm saying is this, with the Trump administration basically being on center stage here with this interview right here, basically talking about a U.S. Fintech innovation executive order. We had Steve Mnuchin come out and said that they're proposing some kind of cryptocurrency oversee group in the 2021 budget. Clearly, guys, cryptocurrency is here to stay, and right now they're mapping out the plans to how to roll out the executive order 13772 RippleNet. I truly do believe that, that's for sure. And Pat Thielen, we had Ryan Zagon in there. I'd like to give a shout out to Ant1, guys. Also, this references the Bearable Guy picture really quick. Right here on the Bearable Guy picture, the Egyptian eye right there, and the mountains also, but here's the Egyptian eye. Now, if you go back to this article, guys, there's one thing I think people are not giving this article full weight. Ripple could take billions from SWIFT through National Bank of Egypt. Now, this is really interesting here because what was interesting to me is we learned that the National Bank of Egypt is a state-owned bank. It's a state-owned bank. So for the National Bank of Egypt to partner with Ripple, Ripple is basically partnering with the government of Egypt. If it's a state-owned bank, Ripple has entered the Egyptian market via agreement with the National Bank of Egypt, the oldest bank in the nation. This is part of a concerted effort by Ripple to offer financial solutions globally. With this agreement, Ripple has expanded its solution to one or more country. Now, what they're going to talk about is, according to the local media report, the agreement will make it easier to initiate remittances into the nation. This agreement makes the National Bank of Egypt the first bank in the country to offer blockchain-powered financial services. Egypt is the 5th largest remittance market globally. Whoa, the 5th largest. That is a very big deal. What's also interesting here is, according to Navin Gupta, the company's managing director for the Middle East of North Africa, this agreement is part of a move by Ripple to expand in the region. He added that this was an indication that the National Bank of England was ready to embrace a new system. Now, I think they may have messed up here now that I noticed before, because before they said Bank of England, and I figured, are we connecting the Bank of England to the Bank of Egypt, which would complete the RippleNet and eliminate intermediaries? But now this says National Bank of England. Did he mean to say National Bank of Egypt? Because the Bank of England is what? The Bank of England. So I don't know, guys, but it's amazing. One thing that jumped out at me here, guys, is in a recent report indicated that the Egyptian remittance market worldwide is worth $20 billion by 2023. And another potential impact on the growth of the market cited as the government regulation. Where's it at? Based on Egypt's source of foreign currency, Ripple has the potential to revolutionize their economy. And I truly do believe that, guys. It will revolutionize their economy. Despite the data being a few years old, a report by PwC, which PwC is runs on VeChain. It's a VeChain partner. A report by PwC showed the remittance accounted for more than 30% in sources of foreign currency to Egypt. Wow. That's pretty impressive right there, that's for sure. That is amazing. Guys, real quick, I want to show you something. I've been doing rabbit hole research on this project that I'm interested in. I'm basically been doing a lot of research lately on the staking and Coinbase staking with Tezos, and now Binance USA has went live with staking on ALGO. Now on this ALGO staking, I just wanted to do a little bit more research on it to make sure that I was in the staking on Binance US. Now, guys, Binance USA is a regulated U.S. exchange that has went live and has got the approval from the New York Department of Financial Services. Also, green light on a BNB XRP pair. So that pretty much tells me that regulation is here to stay, and this is a hell of a time to be involved. Now, ALGO staking, estimated annual yield is 16 to 20%. Whoa, that is insane. Coinbase staking on Tezos offers 5.3%. This offers upwards of 20%. A minimum of just 2 ALGOs is all you need to start staking. Now, this is how you earn your rewards, and this blew me away. Receive distribution rewards monthly, calculated based on users' prorated share of the total balance held by Binance US. Now, so you get to pay out once a month, and this is amazing right here. We believe that users should earn the full amount of the rewards on their deposit. Upon the launch, Binance US will not be charging a fee on any staking operations. Whoa. Charging a fee on any staking operations. We will work to maximize the amount earned via staking while maintaining industry-leading security. So, I'm kind of floored here. They're not going to charge you any fee at Binance US, and they're going to give you the full staking rewards up to 20%. So it seems like to me Coinbase is making a hell of a cut off staking Tezos. If you're only getting 5%, and they could be getting upwards of 20%. So they're taking, just rough estimate, you're getting 5, they're getting 20, they're getting 75% of the staking reward, and you're getting 25% on Coinbase. But I'm not sure how much they're getting on Tezos, so that could be off, but this is a massive difference. Now, guys, I do get my, as of February 1st, I entered into the staking program on Binance US, and I also downloaded the Binance US app today. So, guys, if you don't have a Binance USA account yet, I highly recommend getting a Binance USA account. If you join Binance USA, and they also have VeChain on there, XRP, VET, ALGO. Right now, ALGO is only 32 cents. If you join Binance USA, we both get $15. So that's huge, guys. You won't be disappointed about Binance USA. Lots of, it's pretty fun on there, that's for sure. Shout out to XRP Riser. XRP chart identical to 2017 before massive rally. So this is a really good article right here, guys. Daily Hodl. XRP chart identical to 2017 before massive rally. You know, this could be off. This says 1500% rally, says crypto analyst. Now, my belief is, guys, I think a rally could come at any time. Crypto analyst says he's seeing parallels between XRP performance this year and its massive rise back in 2017. The technical trader known as Magic, no, I thought the name was funny, but I gave more, meat to the article once I realized he had 31,000 followers. Tells his 31 followers that XRP's current chart mirrors the price action back in late 2017. XRP briefly went parabolic at the time, clocking a 1,500% rally from 23 cents to $4. I think that would be more than that gain from the, actually not 15, yeah, 1,500%. Yeah, that could be about right. I'm not sure about the I know it did go from 23 to about $4 though. So pretty much they're saying the charts are lining up for that. Hey, that'll be amazing. I can't wait. Sounds beautiful. Trump Fed nominee, U.S. should be proactive on digital dollar. What do you guys think about that? The Bullish Network logo will come down right now. Smash that logo to subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. You'll be notified when I release a video. Thank you so much for your time. Much love. Mahalo.